Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising, or for anybody who just wants to hang out with the kings and queens, the Taurean Tribe, to your September 2018 report. Thanks so much for joining me on this video, and let's dive into a bit of the astrology and to the cards and see what's going on for you this month. September is meant to be a very powerful month. It's kind of like August 2.0, where if you thought August was transformational, September is going to be doubly so. And we got to think about it. We do have Mercury coming into Virgo this month. We have Saturn coming direct, which is actually happening tomorrow. We have Pluto going direct. We have Mars entering to Aquarius. There's a lot of shifting energies. But we also have two really major lunar events. First off is the new moon in Virgo, which will be occurring this Sunday on September the 9th. And this is occurring at 17 degrees of Virgo around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for you, this is the 5th house. So this has everything to do with your heart, passion, romance, joy, your kids as well. So you're definitely going to be setting forth a new intention to set, really for you, Taurus, this is about, especially with Uranus in your sign, you are really crafting and molding a new day-to-day reality that really does resonate with your heart, that really does resonate with your joy, that resonates with that deeper sense of spirit and passion that you feel. Because you want to wake up and feel passion for every single day. You want to wake up with a smile on your face and be like, yes, I look forward to today because I have another opportunity to affect beautiful change in this world. And that's really kind of where you're going to be going at, because Virgo is the sign of the day-to-day reality, health, like I said, day-to-day reality, health, routines, order, kind of getting your ducks in a row, right? So for some of you, you may even be starting a new workout routine. Some of you that really gets you going. Some of you may just start running this week. And it's funny because Taurus is one of the mechanically slower moving signs, but Taurus, you obviously know, and if any of you happen to be cross-watching and you know a Taurus, you know that while they may be one of the most stubborn signs of the zodiac, once you get a Taurus going, there's nothing that can stop them. The only thing that could potentially stop a Taurus is Scorpio, its opposite side, and maybe Capricorn. But truthfully, once a Taurus gets going, you can't really stop them. So that's the cool thing about this new moon, is that it really is going to be setting forth a new seed of potential within your heart. We also have, at the end of the month, on the September 24th, a full moon in Aries at 2 degrees, conjunct Chiron. And it's actually going to be opposing Mercury, because I believe at that point, or at least the sun will be, I think the sun will be actually in Libra around this time too. Oh, well, the sun obviously will be in Libra, but I'm pretty sure Mercury will be getting close to this spot as well. So another major point right here, what I've been telling all the signs is that the new moon is going to kind of give us a glimpse into the future of what is possible in our reality. And then we have about 2 weeks of experimentation, but then this full moon comes and we have to do some clearing when it comes to our persona and our ego. And of course, it's going to differentiate per sign based off of what house they have Aries. For you, this is going to be your 12th house, Taurus, so this is going to be a very, very karmic full moon for you, where you're going to be releasing some aspect of your past lives, and really you're going to be renewing your connection to spirit. So this is really very powerful, where essentially you're definitely going to be feeling a bit of this ego and personality upgrade with this full moon. Because full moons bring a culmination, they highlight, but they also bring about this point of transformation. And since this is happening on top of Chiron, you really, more so than a lot of the other signs, are going to be healing your soul's path, your soul's journey, where you've been. And all of these behaviors that you are carrying with you, whether you act them out or not, but they are within your subconscious and you're reminded of them throughout this lifetime. But you're going to be really healing this spot. You're going to be healing this lifetime and past lifetimes, and this is really going to free you up to adopt a new behavior, to adopt a persona that really does resonate with your heart and your higher self, so you may move forward with this new vision that you have for your day-to-day reality. That's hopefully, like I said, resonant and seated in joy, and that's and rooted in your joy. Interesting enough, we have the Earth. When I was shuffling this before I came on here, this card popped out, and this is perfect because this is your card, Taurus. You are Earth. It says the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. This is beautiful. A lot of times, people like to look at this Earth and they see what's readily apparent, right? This physical reality. But truthfully, and of course you know this, of just how spiritual this plane actually is, just how magical this plane is. And sometimes it can come across as subtle, but fortunately for you, Taurus, since you are one of the slower signs, and when I say slower, I mean that you don't mind taking your time, and you actually don't mind being patient. You actually are patient enough to find the miracles in everyday life. You are patient enough to be walking in a field, and you'll have the patience to notice a tiny, beautiful pink or purple or white flower, or whatever color it is, that's only yay big. It might not be that big, right? It might not be that big, but you'll notice it and you'll appreciate it. So this is really about you having appreciation for this Earth. This will be a great month, I've said, and it's always great for you, but also be a great time for you, especially while the sun is in Virgo in your 5th house, to get out and do some grounding. Go to the park, get in nature, put your feet in the water, in the river, Go hug a tree. I know a lot of that might sound weird. Go jump in some leaves. It's about to turn fall time. It's about to be fall time here in the northern hemisphere, right? So the seasons are shifting, but you especially, when you connect to Gaia, when you connect to the Earth, you really are going to be able to shift with the Earth, and you're going to be able to really come into this information and knowledge quicker than a lot of the other signs because you have such a deep connection. Top of the deck, we actually have the King of Pentacles. Look at this. This is pretty much your card, right? Unless it could also be Capricorn. But some of you may be dealing with an Earth sign, either yourself, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. And let's see what the bottom of the deck is. The bottom of the deck is actually the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We also have the Queen of Wands here too. So this is very interesting. It seems like you're definitely wanting to bring some sort of project or passion forth, and you have these two sides of you where it's like this one aspect of you, which I guess you could say is like this more divine masculine, is trying to get grounded and think in terms of logically and how you can build upon this. But then you have the divine feminine aspect of you, which is very fired up, passion, wants to be able to receive this gift from spirit, wants to be able to receive this vision. But then you have this disconnect with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, despite the fact that the Knight of Pentacles is probably the least rash of all of the Knights. This is really about you kind of taking your time with this manifestation and kind of working through the process. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like you're not necessarily wanting to kind of rush into a particular project, whatever that is, whether it's like a creative project or you're trying to get a new job, or maybe some of you might be trying to manifest a house, a new place to live. And you have like this aspect where you're certainly passionate, and some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, some of you may be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, some of you may find yourself coupled with this person, and both of you are definitely looking to move forward and kind of get grounded, settle down even, but there may be a little discord because the Queen of Wands energy is a little bit more impatient. It's wanting things to move forward, but you're having to kind of work through the flow of things and get grounded, especially with all this Earth energy. The Sun in Virgo, Mercury is going to be in Virgo. We have Saturn in Capricorn. We have Pluto in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn. So there's a lot of Earth energy. So this is a very grounding time, anyways. So let's see what else we have in store. Second to bottom card was the Queen of Swords. Oh my goodness, you're just getting all court cards, and this was reversed. This is even augmenting that Queen of Wands. Like some of you may be dealing with the Libra, a Gemini, Aquarius. More likely, I'm feeling Libra. But the Queen of Swords in reverse is trying to actually strike some balance, believe it or not, with that Queen of Wands that's upright. The Queen of Swords is like, well, it's trying to temper the passion actually of that Queen of Wands, trying to bring a little bit of logic, but the Queen of Swords, that energy you may get too caught up in your head too. So be careful about getting too caught up in your head and being too logical. You still want to feel the passion and the joy. Like I said, this new moon for you, even though it's Virgo and it's Mercury ruled, it is your 5th house of passion. So you're definitely going to be feeling more passionate about where your life is heading. And it definitely has a very spiritual undertone with this full moon that happens at the end of the month as well. Actually, you can almost say it's like an overtone, because the new moons are typically more silent and full moons are typically more loud. But at the same time, new moons, it's hard to say which one's more powerful. You can almost say that they have like an inverse effect. Even though new moons are a little bit more silent, they do have a really profound effect because they are setting a new seed. And not that full moons aren't, but a full moon is more like you kind of have grown the garden and now you need to clear space to plant something else so you can keep the crops cycled through. So it's not like they all just grow at once and then you have nothing. So it's like it's a cycle. Let's see what else we have here, though. It's interesting that you drew literally 4 court cards, and not only that, but you do get the card of Earth for the Sacred Geometry card too. But it's very interesting how this is just a super earthy already kind of reading. It's almost like the Queen of Wands is almost sort of like a volcano that's trying to sprout forth, you know. But it's almost like it wants to erupt, but it can't quite. The 3 of Wands, so you're definitely waiting for something to manifest. You're kind of waiting for your ship to come in. I'm being told to be patient, but don't necessarily wait, if that makes sense. Be patient and allow the universe to deliver, but don't just sit around and do nothing either. That card wanted to come out. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Golly, you're drawing all the court cards. So we have 3 queens. This has happened with 2 other signs where they drew 3 of one set, and then the other one was missing. So once again, we have the Queen of Cups, who's not here. As far as once again, there's one that's missing. The Queen of Cups isn't here, which is letting me know that there's something important with that. There's something really important about the Queen of Cups not being here, which is that Scorpio energy. It's your opposite house. We have the 8 of Cups as well. You have the 8 of Cups. 3 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. So I think what's going on here, especially with all of this earthly energy, and we have a little bit of fire and we have just a little bit of water, but essentially you're definitely having to leave behind something. But I think what it is that you're leaving behind waiting. You've been waiting for your ship to come in. You've been waiting for a particular manifestation, and it's you don't have necessarily a problem with waiting because you're very patient. You don't mind just chilling out in the field and just chomping on some grass, And I'm just being funny right there. That probably wasn't funny, but you don't mind doing that. But this is actually the time for you to kind of get up and get moving. Not that you're wanting to just rush out of the gates. Mars is still not moving that fast. It's in your 9th house and it's going to be moving into your 10th house. So this is talking, of course, about your career. So you're very much are very career focused right now. And that's where a lot of your actions, behaviors are kind of gearing towards. Especially when Mars comes out of its shadow phase, it's almost going to be full steam ahead. But this is not really a time for you to just kind of lay around and allow things to come to you. This is time for you to kind of get up and go. You've kind of almost you almost are sort of comforted by the whole idea. It's okay, I'm going to make a change. Okay, I'm going to make a change. Okay, I'm going to make a change. But you haven't really done anything yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're comforted in this half step. But really, you're being called to move forward. You're being called to have a little bit of urgency. So let's see what else we have here. You see how we got this peacock in the back here? You gotta strut, man. You gotta strut. I'm telling you, Taurus, you gotta strut like this peacock, because the peacock is interesting enough. The peacock is actually a totem animal of Pisces energy, which the only thing that's in Pisces right now is Neptune. But Pisces does rule the natural 12th house, and this full moon for you is happening in that house. So the peacock is, I don't know why, but I have this whole vision and this weird thing about the peacock of the way that it gained its feathers was that originally it didn't have those feathers, but they were a part of a tree. and in order to gain its feathers and its plumage in that beautiful state, it had to run up this tree and pluck the leaves out of this tree, and then that's how it became its feathers. That's a whole fable that I have kind of brewing in my mind about the peacock. But from what it tells me is like, if you are committed and you put in the work, like, you can be cocky and strut. Like, it's like Taurus. I wouldn't say you're the most cocky sign. But at the same time, Taurus, it's like you're the producer of the zodiac. Like, you are the earth, and you really do care about this beauty. So don't compromise your beauty. Don't compromise the beauty of your manifestation capabilities and your powers, because you are a manifesting machine. That's the cool thing about Taurus. So don't be afraid to strut. Don't be afraid to show your colors. Don't be afraid to be sort of that central figure, you know? Don't be afraid to do that. See what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Wow. We literally drew the Page of Pentacles. Literally drew the entire Earth court. That is incredible. That's incredible. We'll take the top 3 cards and the bottom card. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Golly, but it's in reverse, right? And then these cards right here, we have the Emperor in reverse, we have the Two of Pentacles, another Earth card, and we have the World card in reverse. Okay, so this is what's happening here. You are definitely ready to move forward. You're definitely ready to come into a new self and really resonate from this joy. We have 6 Earth cards here, the entire Earth court, and we have the card of Earth. So you are definitely getting grounded in like your purpose. You are certainly getting grounded in your purpose in September like no other. And the world is actually opening up for you. But what's happening here is that since we have the World card and the Emperor card reverse in this, it's saying that the world will open up and your mind will open up. But you have to be willing to take the next step. The Two of Pentacles here is you going from one step and then making it to another. You're trying to make this archway right here. You're trying to connect these two. You also have to realize that you will not run out of resources. I don't know why I'm feeling to say that, but some of you may be feeling like you're running out of resources. Some of you may not be feeling too abundant, too financially abundant. We have to remember, Uranus is in your sign. So even though it has not made it that far into Taurus, and we have not even seen really the brunt of what Uranus is going to do, we probably won't see that until it gets a little bit further into Taurus. Definitely after it comes past 2 degrees, and then we'll begin to see what is possible. But you are in a very prime position, and I know this is just for the month of September, but even over the next 8 to 10 years, to be a pioneer in manifestation, a pioneer in advancing the quality of life on this earth. But in order for you to do that, you really have to trust in yourself. You really have to trust in God and Spirit to guide you in the right way. You really have to trust to leave behind old modes of thinking, old ways of being, and you have to be brave to, embrace patience, but also give yourself a sense of urgency. The Queen of Wands is still here, wanting you to have a sense of urgency, but the Queen of Swords being reversed here as well, it's saying that like you could overthink things right now. And the best remedy to that is really by getting into nature. If some of you overthink, if some of you have these anxieties and fears, the best thing that you can do is to go outside and put your feet in the grass, put your feet in the dirt. Go walk by a lake or a river, or if you happen to be in the city, just go to the park, or put on some nature sounds. Even that, anything like that will help you to really get grounded, and you'll be able to make this next connection. I'm really you can't make this up. Now look at this right here, right? Look what cards we have here. We have the Page. We'll have all of them here. We have all of them here, right? Look at this. You have the whole Earth court. the Page, which I consider to be the Apprentice card, the Knight, which I usually consider to be action, and then you have the Queen and the King. Now, what this is telling me is that you're studying and you're practicing. You're definitely working to manifest something, and you're eager to learn. But as far as the action to take, you're having to put a little bit more thought into it, and maybe it's not about. I know this reading seems contradictory because it's like I'm telling you to have patience and to act, but also it seems contradictory, right? Have patience, but also have a sense of urgency. It seems weird, but I think only you can know what step you need to take. I think that's why this is so weird. Take it from someone who doesn't have any Taurus energy. It's my 6th house too, so I kind of get it, but at the same time, like, only you are going to get this, right? Only you are going to know what is best for you. And with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it's not necessarily the right time to pick, but this is certainly the right time to work on yourself. This is certainly the right time to work on yourself to enhance your quality of spirituality. I believe by the end of September, you absolutely are going to know what to do. You'll probably get a glimpse of the future of what is possible, but then you still need that full moon in Aries in your 12th house to come in and give you a bit of a reset. So when you update spiritually, you'll definitely know how to move this vehicle forward. And I'm going to draw one more card because I am interested. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Pentacles. So abundance is here, and you will not run out of resources. You will not run out of resources. There is this bullshit thing that's being perpetuated by science, saying that the Earth only has enough resources to take care of 3 billion. Was it 3 billion, 3 trillion people? I can't remember. I think it's like 3 billion, right? That we can't comfortably, and even like more so, we have more than enough to supply resources for every single being here. But scientists are saying that that's not possible, but they don't understand the magic of this earth. You know, they kind of get it. You know, I'm not knocking science. I think we need a balance of science and spirituality. But what I am saying is that the resources on this earth are more than bountiful. And you, above all the other signs, including the other earth signs, have a real connection to that bounty. Have a really direct line to that bounty, that bountiful, that abundance. So you will not run out of resources. Sometimes things just take time to manifest, but don't let your passion be blocked out by this. We have, like I said, we have 7 earth cards here and the card of earth. You are really getting grounded. I don't know what else to say, Taurus. You will not run out of resources. You are far more abundant than you can possibly realize and imagine right now. Just take your time with this. Go step by step, but still have urgency for your joy. And I guess what I mean by that is take it day by day, but live every day in a way where joy is just your top priority. Joy, happiness, whatever word it is for you that really rings true for you, exuberance, radiating love, joy, compassion, whatever it is, make that your word. You know, make that your vibration, and have a sense of urgency to integrating that into your day-to-day life. Your life will be dramatically different, and you'll just be so astounded at how beautiful that manifestation will be. That is it for your reading, Taurus. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to theAquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.